Now, today I'm talking about another phonological awareness skill. When I talk about each phonological awareness skill, I'm going to be breaking it down. So the one I'm talking about today is syllables, but there are many different ways of doing syllables. And when we talk about all our phonological awareness skills, I want to ensure that I'm doing receptive tasks and expressive tasks. And today's one is a expressive task. So what it requires kids to do is to hear a word and then they need to break it down into its syllables. So they are going to do the task themselves. However, there is another side, so that's called segmenting of syllables or segmentation. And there is another one that we're going to do in a few days, which is blending of syllables. So that's where I give the syllables. So I might say kang, ga, ru. What word did I say? And that's when we want them to blend. Now this segmenting and blending is something that we also do with sounds down the track. So that's why we introduce it really early, and it's really important that kids do have both ways because both of them are very important. One goes down the reading path and the other one goes down the spelling path. So that's why we need to be able to blend and segment for all our skills. So the syllable segmentation task we're going to do today is a little bit Easter themed, and I'll show you now. Okay, so the activity we're doing today is syllables, and it is segmenting syllables. So this is where we give the child a word and they have to then segment it into its syllables. And this may be an activity you remember from being in school, but I'm just going to show you these discs that I've got. So I've got lots of these discs from teaching 2 toddlers. Got a carrot, chocolate egg, basket, and each of them have different syllables. So I'm going to show you how we do it. So basically at the beginning they stand outside of the hoop. They get to choose a word. So this one is basket, and then they have to jump the number of syllables. So we've got basket. Now the thing that is quite interesting is that 2 syllables is actually easier to do than 1 syllable, because 1 syllable can be a little bit tricky to hear. So if I just do egg, I really want to make sure that I just do egg, and I don't try and draw it out. I don't turn it into egg, which some of your kids will do. So if you find your kids are doing that, then make sure that you're doing it as well and having a turn and giving them that feedback that it's actually just 1 jump for egg. Now, I picked out chocolate because I really wanted to highlight this one to you. If you think about the word chocolate, it looks like it has 3 syllables, but I say chocolate when I say it. I don't say chocolate. If you do say chocolate, then you need to make sure that you are doing 3 syllables. But if you say chocolate, like me, it's only 2 syllables. Chocolate. So make sure that you say the word in your head very quickly, and don't sound it out. Don't do the syllables as they look, because sometimes there are actually more or less syllables than what you think. So that's as simple as it is. Bunny is 2 syllables, carrot is 2 syllables, egg is 1, basket is 2. Chocolate is 2, egg is 1, and we could put that together and do 3 syllables again if we wanted to. Now, the thing about syllable blending is that you don't have to use hoops like I did. You could put bits of string down for them to jump over. You could use washi tape on the ground and make some squares or circles with that. Basically anything that just represents each syllable being its own separate part, but that they are really joined together at the same time. So it's that being able to segment and connect them back again, because we will be doing blending. Now, the other thing I want to make clear as well is whatever you do choose, I want you to stick with it, and I want you to associate that support with that task. So if you do use hoops, always use hoops or some sort of circle object for a segmentation task. So I've got even some little rings here. So if you aren't doing really big gross motor tasks, you could use little rings instead to represent it. And that really keeps it really consistent for the kids, so they know that whenever they see hoops or rings, it's going to be a segmenting activity. And that way when you do blending, there'll be a slightly different one again. And then when you actually work towards doing sounds instead of syllables, then we do a separate task so that the lines don't become blurred and that hoops aren't used for sounds and syllables, and it doesn't get too confusing for them. So do keep it really consistent, but it doesn't really matter what it is as long as it does represent individual components.